Okay, so the first thing I'm going to share is how I do my bangs, which is honestly the bulk of how my hair looks on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I have kind of naturally oily hair. I usually wash my hair every 2 days, so anytime I shower. But my bangs, I wash them every day, and I use like a dime-sized amount of shampoo. I just kind of go into the roots, especially where I part it. Just quickly wash it and then rinse it out really easily. And then I go in and style my hair. So I do this every time I'm done washing my face after my workout, so it's all fresh and everything. My bangs has actually had a few minutes to dry already, so I won't be using the can't think of the word for this. And like I said in the last vlogmas, the way I've styled my hair has changed, and that's mostly because of the Dyson airwrap. Now I know this is ridiculously expensive. It took a lot of willpower to buy this, but for me, because of my bangs, because of how used to have gotten them and how short my hair is. Okay, this is not the look obviously, but you know, let's just get it out of my face. I decided to purchase this airwrap. Now, this is going to be like a semi-review on this device as well. You do not need this to do the hair that I usually do. I've just kind of been all in on this and really trying to get my money's worth. So I mainly use these two, and then depending on how I want my hair to look for the next few days, that will determine what other attachments I use. So I'm gonna get into that in a later portion, but let's do the bangs first. So now that my bangs has had a few minutes to dry already, just gonna go in with the brown brush. Now, if your bangs are shorter, they actually have a thinner barrel that you can purchase separately. I believe only on Sephora, but you can check their website. I thought about buying the short one. However, this one works fine, and I don't really plan on having my bangs shorter than what it is right now. Like, I honestly feel like this is the perfect length, if not a little longer, like past my lips. But for the most part, this works perfectly fine. So let's just get right into it. So now that that is dry, I just part it. So this is the confusing part. I don't know if I am ready to explain it. I think I tried to explain it in that hair routine video. Please go watch that. It's basically the same. You're just using this giant thing, and I really just use this as I would the hairbrush, but I just don't have another like hair dryer on my other hand, if that makes sense, which makes life a lot easier. Now, I'm not even gonna lie, it took me a long time, like a solid few weeks for me to figure out how to use this without it looking funky. So this part has always been a little long, so what I usually do so it doesn't stick out like that is kind of tame it down a little bit. Okay, and I think that looks good. I don't do like a crazy curl like anything. I like mine to be a little bit more natural feeling, so I usually just do it twice and call it a day. What I always do after I do the bangs is I dry like this top part, because like I said, I do this after I wash my face. So after I wash my face, my hair is usually a little wet around the edges, and because I have to wash the bangs, you know, the wetness usually goes to the back here, and I want my hair to be dry all over. So I usually just kind of dry it through, and this also helps the bangs and the rest of the hair kind of mold together so it doesn't look like it's separated like right now. Know what I mean? Put it on the wrong side. Okay, there. You see, I feel like it looks better already. So after this is when I usually go in with the other attachment depending on how I styled my hair after I shower. So after I shower is usually when I do the bulk of my styling, because my hair, even though it's pretty thin, it tends to stay the way it's usually styled for the most part. So go in with this, and what I do is also, this is like a great way to also comb my hair in the morning, because after I work out usually it's pretty tangled up. So I wore a black t-shirt, but hopefully you can see. So what I do is I just kind of comb through it, and I like twist it a little bit so it curls it. I think there's a huge misconception about the Dyson Airwrap, which is that like no matter which attachment you use, it can still dry your hair, but that's not true. I think the only ones that will dry your hair is actually the round brush, the actual like hair dryer attachment, as well as the barrels that actually curl your hair. I tried drying my hair with this after like drying most of it with this, and it just doesn't work. If I had to use this, I would have to dry my hair like honestly 99%. But if I was using the curl barrels, I would dry my hair maybe like 60 to 70%, and it would dry the rest. So this is purely just for shaping my hair. What I lacked when I first started using this set was like a way to kind of straighten my hair, and I found that this was the best way to kind of achieve that straightened look, so I didn't have to use a hair straightener ever again, and I haven't used it since I started using this. So without making this freaking long, let's just skip to this part being done. Okay, and here it is. Like I said, obviously it's not going to be like fully straight because it's not actually a hair straightener. I think if I had to say a con about this is I wish it had a way, or in the future, for it to give us a hair straightener attachment. I think honestly, the moment that comes out, I am buying it and using it, and literally I can just donate my hair straightener. I don't need it anymore. Give it to my sister or whatever. So that's the only thing that's annoying about this. And the other thing is obviously it's expensive, it's bulky, it's hard to travel with. I have traveled with it. It's kind of annoying, but at the same time super useful, because that also means I can not bring like my actual hair dryer, my hairstyle, my hair straightener, etc. That's the initial mini review. I'm sure I'll talk more about the pros and cons as I do other hair tutorials. But yeah, this is how my hair usually looks, and I've been loving it. One good thing about the Dyson Airwrap is that I've noticed my hair has become a lot smoother and like soft and shiny since using it. I don't know what it is. It might be because I'm not using like heat as much. I don't know, but I like it, and you guys seem to like it too. So this is the initial how I do my hair on a non-wash day. I'm not really going to show you how I use the hair straightener or hair straightening attachment to do my hair on a wash day, because it's honestly literally just the same. The only difference is my hair is a little bit more shiny because I put more products in. Next time I'm going to show you is how I do my curls, which I haven't done in a while, but it's always fun to do, only when I have time. This one's not bad, but you know I'm still gonna add milk. That one definitely 100%, 1000% needs milk. I'm in a romance novel kick, and right now I'm reading a book called The Spanish Love Deception. So far, I've read about a third. It's kind of a slow burn, but the love hypothesis was actually really good. I don't think I shared like a final review. Highly recommend reading that if you are interested in romance novels. It's really interesting because it also kind of touches upon like women in STEM, as well as just like being a grad school student. So really interesting. But yeah, this one I'm gonna reserve judgment until I'm mostly finished, but so far so good. have a really bad headache right now. I'm just gonna read and have a cookie. Okay.
Smells like coffee.
It's okay. It needs milk. Mine needs milk. Yours is probably fine.
I'm partial.
Partial? Okay. It doesn't look like it, but that is definitely snow. No, it won't focus. It's snowing very lightly. I don't think this is gonna sleep though.
Hey, is this snow?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's not rain?
No. Hours, so I don't think it'll stay for very long, but the problem with having a white desk is you can see all the dust.
What?
Wasn't talking to you.
Oh.
Okay, so basically with this desk mat, first of all, my keyboard and my mouse is super slippery. And so I wanted something that would hold down, but I also wanted it to be match the color of my desk. So here it is. It was on sale from Black Friday, so this is one of the few things that I got during the Black Friday sale. I actually have to I'm gonna put some books on this because it's just that. I'll leave a link in the description box if you want to look into it. What's that? Why are you making that face? I think it's definitely cool enough by now.
What? I already had one, but I'll have another one. Cheers.
Cheers.
Which one's this?
Ooh, do not like that one.
I don't really know what pomegranate tastes like.
That's better. Okay, so this is how I curl my hair. I bought these longer barrels from Sephora.com. I don't actually have crazy long hair, but the barrels that they come with, which is about maybe yay high, I put them away, are too short. So I feel like if your hair is anything longer than shoulder length, you're gonna need the longer barrels. The instructions say that before you start using the barrels, you have to dry your hair. What I've noticed is that because it takes a while for you to go through your head of hair on one side, it's better to dry maybe like 70% of the side you're going to start with first, and then dry like 40% of the other side, because by the time you're done with one side, the other side's going to be that 70% dry. So that's a tip. Like I just said, a con is that this does take a while. So if I don't have the time, I usually just don't curl my hair. I'm not gonna lie, using like a hair straightener or even just a regular hair curler will be way quicker than using these, but I still enjoy it. Like, you know, doing my hair is something that makes me happy, so it's not a big deal for me, but like I said, only when I have time. So after my hair is mostly dry, and I know it doesn't look like it's like the 70-40%, but I promise you it is, I have to section out my hair. So usually I just quickly part it in the back like this and then just go for it. I section it into like half and then a quarter. So here, I'll show you real quick. I just go from right above the ear, twirl it, clip it in. I try not to clip in my bangs actually, because I find that when you clip them in, because it takes a while to get up there, it'll dry, and then it'll dry in a really awkward manner, so I just ignore it. But this is the half, and then from this half I will just halve it again and then clip it right on top so that I know that that's the one I should be releasing the next time. Okay, if you don't have these hair clips, honestly I really recommend them. I don't actually have very thick hair, but even then, like, these just keep my hair in place. I have like these like hair clips. They're just not the same, especially if you're sectioning your hair in smaller pieces. Like, these aren't really gonna do much. On my right side, I curl it this way, and then on my left side, I curl it that way. So I'm just gonna pop this right here. I'm not really going to go into the exact details of how to do it. I'm just gonna like just show you and then just kind of like go from there. If you want like a full-on like step-by-step tutorial, I really just recommend like YouTubing a tutorial for this, because other people have done it way better than I can and can explain it way better than I can. So I'm just going to show you how I do it, and then you can kind of, if you are interested in the air wrap, like look into it some more. I will say right off the bat, before I even actually bought this, I watched so many tutorials to make sure that I could actually accept the instructions and accept the usage. So, you know, that was really helpful in helping me shape my decision. Anyways, okay, so I always start from the inside. I always work in to out. Okay, so two things. One is I always hold the part of the hair that I'm not curling, because I've noticed that if I just let it be, it'll automatically just curl against the barrel, which is very annoying, especially when you don't want it to. And the other thing is I always hit the cool down button right here more than once. I know the instructions say just do it once, but for me, I find that heating it and then cooling it and then heating it and cooling it is what helps the curl stay for me. So I always do it more than once. Another tip is that I've noticed that if I just skip the cool down, the curl just does not stay as long as I would like it to. So some tutorials will say like, oh, use a really thin section of hair. Because I use a longer barrel, I find that I can get away with thicker sections of hair. However, the real trick to using thicker sections of hair to make this curling process go quicker is to actually like, you have to like manually spread out your hair so it's not like a clump against this barrel. Like, you want to thin it out, and that's what's going to help it dry and curl. Because this is the inside of my head, like I don't really care if all of it catches at once, but usually when it gets to the top, like I'm very, very picky with like using small pieces. Okay, so now that the inside is done, I'm going to release the top. In this scenario, I actually like going from like top to bottom, because I can just kind of swish it back when I'm done with the top part, so it's out of my way. Oh, and one more thing, the more wet your hair is, the more you'd have to go through the heat and the cool down for the barrel. Okay, I don't even think you can see that. But that is the gist of it. I'm not going to keep recording this because otherwise this recording is going to be like an hour. But yeah, I will see you when all of the curls are done. Okay, this is what my hair looks like curled. Haven't done the bangs yet. Once I'm done, I usually pin back the curls When I used to curl my hair with a hair curler, I would immediately brush it through. But because you're using like the Dyson, is super easy to lose volume because it's using like air. And I don't actually like to put any like mousse, hairspray, or anything in my hair after I style it. So now I'm gonna really quickly do my bangs. Honestly, it's probably mostly dry by now, but I'm still gonna go through the motions of like actually. Listening to me today. Okay. Anyways, so that is the hair. So I'm probably gonna give it another 10-15 minutes before I like kind of run my fingers through. I'm not gonna go in with a brush. I'm not gonna do anything crazy like that. I just like to run it through so it kind of softens a little bit, but I do like to make sure it's fully cooled down and set and everything before I do that, just so the curls can last a little longer. So honestly, that's about it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh!
It's not bad.
I do not like that one. But yesterday's was worse, the one with the pomegranate. No. Then we're gonna get dinner at Greco. Really good meal, Eastern food on Newberry Street. And then we're actually gonna go back and watch Encanto. It's been on my list for a long time and decided to just make it work this evening. Happy Friday. Okay, what did you think?
It's really good.
Yeah? I thought it wasn't terrible, but I think Coco was better. But it was still good. It made me tear up. Made me like get a thing on my throat. Recommend watching it at a like time when you know that kids won't be there though. So like either really late at night or during the week or something if you can. But that's about it. It's very good. Bit more and more bitter.
That's cocoa and orange.
We're off to go find some ugly Christmas sweaters, and then we're gonna go get ramen for dinner. Did you bring the key? Both keys? snack on this
Juice.
tonight. Can you stop? Why?
What?
Why are you being annoying?
What? What did I say? What did I do?
And finish uploading stuff.
Love you.
Love you too. I'm gonna snack on this for the rest of the night, finish editing today's clips, and then,
Share.
yes, I will share. And then I will see you for next week's Vlogmas. Bye.
Bye.